Warning, you are about to watch the top 26 of 2012 list, numbers 12 through 6. No audio or video from the games on this list at any point has been used, and this is my personal opinion of the best games of the year. Respect it. Please comment with your own top games of the year, and have fun with this one. When you're an end, be patient. Well, fellas, we're finally at near the top here. It's the top 26's, well, top 12. Now, why do 12 through 6? Why not? We've done everything in 5, so we're keeping with that tradition. Well, now it's 6. But we're going to start this right off with number 12. Number 12. Such a debated number. What game really deserves to be here? Well, after clever thought and determination, I came up with our number 12 pick of one of the only fighting games of the year and the only major console fighting game that's worth anything. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Now, Street Fighter and Tekken have both gone different roads to where they're sitting at. Tekken is now a joke as to what it once was, and Street Fighter is respected and revered. The two together, and you have a pretty decent fighting game. Early in the game's release, it was glitches galore, but thankfully, thanks to patches, it's been well patched up. Additional characters added, and yes, I know on this DLC controversy abounds, but it it doesn't hurt this flawless tag team fighter. Thankfully, it's better than Ultimate Marvel, and that enough gives it a high spot. It's number 12 on the list. Number 11 belongs to a sequel. Again, another year where sequels dominated the conversation. Number 11 belongs to Final Fantasy 13 2. Now, I know Final Fantasy fans, you want to rear my head into some kind of chopping block and bring down the guillotine. Why is Final Fantasy 13 2 one of the best games of this year? Why isn't it? It pretty much streamlined the already perfect Final Fantasy XIII's combat system, had a story that is still engrossing, and characters that, yes, their personalities are less to be desired, but the reason for their being is not. Combined with plenty of hours of gameplay all crammed into one disc and plenty of DLC add-ons to flush it out, and a well-done musical track as only Square Enix can do, Final Fantasy XIII 2 is probably the most underrated member of the list at 11. So here we are, the top 10. How do you start a top 10 of very high quality games? Well, you start it by having the best version of one of the longest series of games in history, possibly ever. Madden NFL 2013. Yes, Calvin Johnson has broken the Madden curse and survived an entire season while still excelling. Congratulations, Calvin. Luckily, the game you adorn is just as good, just as addictive, and has just about as much staying power. With new lead passing controls, kick-ass Connect verbal controls, which I just got the opportunity to play with, and Ultimate Team's addictive crack, plus the new connected careers, this sucker is fully functional and fully ready to fulfill your NFL needs. Heck, this might be the first Madden I play after football season. It's that good, down to commentary and everything else. This game is downright flawless in its design, and it shows that even a great yearly game like Madden can sometimes not fall asleep at the switch and bring us something truly great. Number 9. Debates, debates, debates. And sure, a lot of these games on this list I have not touched. One that I want to touch, and one that deserves a lot more respect than it gets, is Forza Horizon. Yes, I know. Forza is to race nuts as Gran Turismo was back in the PS1 era. But what happens when you bring semi-arcade and open world to Forza with its attention to detail in a stunning recreation of my home state's roads? What you get is magnificence. Sure, you may not get the car porn of a loser that is Forza 4, but you still get a pretty decent amount of cars here. And it certainly belongs in the same conversation with the rest of the Forza series. Even when Forza takes a turn for the obscure, it still succeeds at what it does. That's why it's a top 10 game, without question. Number 8. Quite frankly, in the summer arcade, there were plenty of hot games and a hot mess. Sure, I could have put Tony Hawk's HD or any of the retro refits, but I decided to leave them off the list, seeing that they're not unique games. One of the unique games, though, that came out for Xbox Live Arcade this year is a game that's getting many respects for being very underrated. Mark of the Ninja. Oh, I've only played the trial, but I can already tell you, this thing is worth the 1,200 mics or $15 that you're gonna get from this. Highly stylized, animated, stealth, bloody cutscenes, and downright meticulous gameplay. It's a true ninja game, and it shouldn't be underestimated. It's the highest that an arcade game will get on the list. It's one of the only few that were on it. That's how good it was. Number 7. Luck is luck. This game got real lucky. Assassin's Creed 3. Ending aside, this is a gorgeous tour de force of what makes Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed. Great open world levels combined with an almost stellar soundtrack, plenty to do, and the story that has as much twists and turns on both ends as you can ask for. Jumping into the Animus again has never felt so good and looks so clean. Once again, Ubisoft proves they can make a game if they want to. Really great game at that. 6. We end this video on a relatively high note. Now the big boys are coming out to play. And the first of the big boys to appear and barely miss the top 5 with a bullet is that of Minecraft. Yes, I know Minecraft isn't a unique game, but for the 360 it most certainly is. And that's what's going on this list. It did come out in 2012, people, so technically it qualifies. The title with the highest buy rate of any arcade game in history proves why the Minecraft phenomenon is something not just to observe and scoff, but behold. With every update on 360, the fever pitch grows higher for this PC indie gone global phenomenon. If you can take the #1 spot of most plays away from Call of Duty and still be in the top 3, even with Call of Duty and Halo's presence, you've certainly done something well over Xbox Live. It's addictive to some, it's misunderstood by others, but it is undisputably one of the best games of the year. And plus there's so many parodies of it, you can't really avoid it. So, what's the top 5? You're gonna have to tune into the next video to see how this list concludes. And trust me, if you've been wondering where all the really big names are, the ones that are getting consideration by most in the media for Game of the Year, well, trust me, they're all here. And you'll be surprised which one ends up at 1. And you'll be surprised where I'll put my favorite little talked about series too. Not CodeEquestria, the other one. Until next time, live life by the code.